Hey, welcome to lightloveandspirit.com. My name's Ashley, and I am a psychic medium, intuitive development teacher, and spiritual coach. I'm here today with this video to talk to you about intuitive abilities and intuitive gifts. Since I was a kid, I've had these gifts. I used to see things as a kid. I've always had incredibly vivid nightmares and dreams. I've always seen things out of my peripheral, and I've always heard voices internally. And so obviously for a long time I lived in fear, I became depressed, I had anxiety, I took medicine to try to get rid of it, none of that was working. I took sleeping pills to get rid of the nightmares, and let me tell you, that wasn't a good idea. I eventually just convinced myself that I was crazy because none of it was working, yet it wouldn't go away. So I eventually learned to shut it down a little bit, and I didn't talk to anybody about it because I was afraid of what they would say to me or what they would think of me. People would think I was weird. So flash forward to my early 20s, and it all just burst back open with a vengeance. We moved into a house that I was certain was haunted. I had told my husband the house was haunted, and he didn't believe me, and then a neighbor had came over and told us that actually there was a murderer that lived in our house before us, which we had no clue about. So all of these things kept adding up, and then I just kept having this feeling of being watched, and then, you know, just all the time things were happening more and more and more, and I kept getting visions of a friend of mine who had passed away, and he was coming to me and he was angry and he wasn't being himself, and eventually I had enough and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I kind of looked up and I said, I don't know who you are, I don't know, I don't know if there's a God, I don't know if there are angels, but whoever you are, I'm ready to do this because I'm sick of living in fear, I'm sick of being depressed, I'm sick of being unhappy, but whoever you are, I need to know that you're going to protect me, and that's the only way I'm going to do this. And I kid you not, that very next day, my nightmares stopped, I started feeling more at ease, and then things slowly just kind of started progressing for me. And that's why I'm here. That's why I started this website, because I dealt with going down that spiritual rabbit hole of visiting website after website after website, of getting different perspectives and different techniques and learning different spiritual tidbits without ever absorbing any of it. So I started gaining all of this knowledge, but I never had the tools that I needed to actually start practicing, to actually start utilizing my gifts in a productive manner. So something I've learned since I've started doing this is that mediumship is to help other people. Mediumship is beautiful. Intuitive gifts, they're beautiful, and they're meant to help heal. They're meant to show clarity. They're not meant for, the scary things that is shown to us on the media and on TV. It's nothing like that, I promise you. In fact, all of that went away. All of those scary things, those uneasy feelings, that went away when I started dealing and working with my intuitive gifts. And that's why I started lightloveandspirit.com, to share with you guys my journey, to share with you the techniques that I've learned, and to help you broaden your perspective, your understanding, and to help you start utilizing and working with and managing, most importantly, your spiritual gifts, your intuitive gifts in a safe way. That's why I started doing the Intuitive Development and Progression course. This course walks you through clair by clair. It explains each clair. It explains the proper tools to work with each clair, and it helps you to identify which are your strongest so that you're not flexing the wrong muscles, so to speak, so that you're not doing squats to try to get bigger biceps, if you want to put it that way, okay? We all have intuitive gifts. They all manifest differently. Some of us are empaths. Some of us are clairvoyants, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. That's all broken out in the Intuitive Development and Progression course. It's a video course where I'm talking to you just like this, and I explain to you what the gifts are, how they can be used, how you can expand upon them, and most importantly, to help you feel safe and to help you feel comfortable with this, I give you the tools to protect yourself when you're doing this, to ground yourself, to feel comfortable, and to start working with your spirit guides, because the day that I made that proclamation is the day everything changed for me. I didn't have a spiritual teacher to talk to like you guys do. I'm here for you. If you want to talk to me, I'm here. But I didn't have that. So what I did was I found some great websites and I started learning from there. And then I got my own mentoring coach. And then I started working with my own gifts. And then I started writing to share with you guys, and it's just grown into this big, beautiful community. So I invite you to explore your gifts, because for me, it helped get rid of my anxiety. It helped get rid of my depression, and in general, in whole, my life got better and I just became a much happier person. And part of that is due to not living in fear anymore, but the other part of it is due to accepting myself and who I truly am. So I'm not telling you have to go out and shout to the world that you have intuitive gifts. It took me 5 years to do that. But what I am telling you is when you start working with this yourself, you can become much happier and you can see things much more clearly. You don't feel like you're being watched all the time. Your anxiety goes away, and really you start to appreciate how beautiful you are, how beautiful everyone else is, and how beautiful this life is.